Morning everybody, what's going on? My name is Will, welcome back to another episode here on the lovely Calmsden Farms. Hope you guys are all doing okay and welcome back to another episode here on the farm. So what are we going to be up to today then, my friends? Well, we are going to be cracking on with a bit more work. It looks like we're getting about £1,000 a day off of the BGA, which is not terrible, but it's not great at the same time. So yeah, so I hope you guys are all doing okay. And yeah, welcome back to another episode here on the farm. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be emptying that pit. So it looks like it is going to 26th, 27th. So we only need one more day when it doesn't want to rain. 28th. That could be really, really close. But yes, I'm hoping. So it looks like we're going to be mowing not tomorrow but the day after. The two silage fields. So I need to get our pit emptied in today's episode. So that's going to be the plan for today's episode. So yeah, we're going to get all of the gates all opened up and we're going to crack on. So yeah, that's going to be the plan for the start of today's episode anyway. It's not going to rain, which is fine. So that's good. Obviously it's going to rain tomorrow though, which is not really ideal, but there we go. So yeah, so I hope you guys are all doing okay, and yeah, welcome back to another episode here on the farm. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to take... I don't know where the big bucket's gone actually. Because obviously it'll be a lot quicker with our bigger bucket actually. I have no idea where the hell that's gone. I don't know where that big bucket's gone. Yeah, I don't know where that big bucket's gone. That's not good. I don't know where that went. So it looks like I might just be using our small one for now, but yeah. So we'll get this all just loaded up. Oh, this might be a big one, I don't even know. I'm last. So I've got the wall booked in as well, so we are going to go ahead and do that, I reckon. So we've got plenty to be getting on with. I can't wait any longer, so yeah, actually this needs to go in there. And then obviously we've got 50 sheep to go ahead and get rid of. Starting tonight, so we'll go ahead and we'll get that all set up in a minute as well. That's good. Let's go ahead and we'll just get all of this all just put into the sheep, just the spare hay that's somehow ended up in here. But yeah, so we're just going to be just emptying our pit for now. I don't know what I've done with that big bucket. Oh, hello. That's not what I want to happen, is it? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Excellent. So yeah, so we'll just get this all just pushed off of here. Oh, hello. We'll just get... Oh, whoa, what the hell? No, I don't want that in there. How's that ended up in there, mate? Oh, you knob. Really? Oh, come on. No! Why does it keep on doing that? That's really annoying. Stop doing that. I'm gonna have to pull this out in a second if this carries on. Absolutely stupid. No! Is that full? Hold on a second. Yeah, that's why. I don't know where that's all coming from. Well, that hasn't really helped us then. Yeah, it's overflowing quite a bit for some reason. Okay. That machine seems to just be like recirculating it. What's inside of there? Obviously it's an automatic little machine. Okay, well I can't get rid of this then. Hold on a second. Alright, I'll just dump all of this over here for now. Oh, for God's sake. Wow, that's quite a lot of hay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this all in the mixer and we'll use it for the cattle instead. I had my chance there and now all of these guys are literally all just coming over. Move! Don't stop there! Oh. That's good. We'll just make sure this is all just tied up, but yeah. Excuse me. He's really not bothered, is he? Okay, well, that's that all. So yeah, we've got a load of. I've got all of this stuff here. I should have just put it all into the. I should have put it straight into the mixer wagon because obviously this is all spare that's over here. Yeah. Right, let's go and have a little ganders. Let's go get the mixer wagon, we'll put it all into the mixer. And then we've got ourselves our base for tomorrow. I didn't realise that there was a load still in the, just came out of the little thing. Well, that's fun. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But yeah, we'll be alright. Ah, that's where the big bucket is, used for the wood chips. Yeah, I don't really want to change that around. How are the wood chips? Well, how is everything actually? I haven't really looked, which is a bit embarrassing. So obviously that's all okay, that doesn't need anything at the moment. We do need to add a bit more water into there, but we've got a hell of a lot of lime. So that one's fine, that's all fine, that's all fine. Okay, that's a bit red on seeds, but still a hell of a lot of seeds. And the other one I wanted to look at was wood chips as well. I think I've gone past that. I have. So that's actually out of wood chips, okay. Which might explain why we're not quite getting the same amount of income that we were. Don't know how long that's been out of wood chips. The other thing as well is that we can buy some slurry from the animal dealership like we have done before to finish this field, which I think might be the better option. This doesn't actually need any lime, so we've got no use for our lime then at the moment. We don't need to lime at all. We might actually just be selling off some lime then, which might help. I don't really want to do that, but in case we do have a field that needs it, but I don't see any field that needs it at the moment. I also left the mixer wagon as well. Potentially a little bit silly. But yeah, so that's the other problem, because obviously we haven't got the cover over it, we'll need to do both fields of mowing. But that's not the end of the world, because our mowers will swath, so we can just swath both field 2 and 6. And then we can collect them all on the same day. That's fine. I can do that. It's the hay that's obviously that needs 3 days, mostly to clear out. Field number 8 is obviously, field number 4 is the one that obviously we need to keep an eye on. But yeah, so they seem to have a load of overspill, obviously of old hay. We can go ahead and we can just feed the overspill over to the. So this pit here is going to be emptied today. We're going to get that pit all emptied. Put this on the back. I should also be checking for contracts, not that I don't think there is going to be any, because there never is anymore. We've only got 8 more days. Funny enough, right there. So yeah, so we've got 8 more days now, go away for 3 days. So yeah, so we've got away for 3 days. As soon as this is all done. Yeah, we go away for 3 days. So yeah, so I'm just going to dump the rest of the hay in here. That's what I should have done anyway. Obviously there was a little bit of hay still left in the conveyor, which I didn't actually realise. That just... I think it's automatically set to discharge, but I think it was discharging too much, which is why it was ended up in the bucket. So yeah, confusing, but yeah, that's effectively what was going on. So yeah, we'll just load the rest of the hay in here for now. But yeah, that was effectively what was going on. So the rest of this hay can just go straight into here. I didn't really think about that, but I should have done that in the first instance. But yeah, so that clears them up a little bit. Like I said, there was a load of hay in there, which was being loaded up every time it got low, because obviously it was registering a bucket at the bottom. It's a very, very cool robot system, really. Because obviously it was registering the bucket, it was putting itself into the bucket, which is not the end of the world. Just means there's probably no hay left in that machine now, but that's okay, it's not a problem. We'll use this. It's better, isn't it? That'll do. Excellent. So we'll leave that there for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this bucket back now that I've located the bigger bucket. So we were using it for the hay, but obviously it needs to be emptied for the hay anyway, so that doesn't really matter. That's what farming's all about, is just winging it pretty much. So that's fine. But yeah, no, we definitely want the bigger bucket for that. I might actually just swap it over, to be fair. It'll probably make a bit more sense if we swap it for this bucket, and then we keep the bigger bucket without the wood chips, because we really don't need it on the wood chips. Oh, no. So I'm going to just drop that there. We'll use that for the wood chips. And I will dump using this. So that's why we're not getting as much money, is because the power station has stopped working. Which I didn't actually realise. So that one's my bad. I think that'll probably be a lot of the wood chips anyway. I also think that I think it goes between the barn, as you can see. There's also an old bag there from someone. I don't know how the hell that's gone there. Anyway. So yeah, so we'll use what we've currently got in here. Like I said, that bucket I'm going to swap over, because I don't know if this will be enough or whether this won't be. I can't remember how much it holds off the top of my head. But yeah, that's why we're not getting as much money in, is because we've lost the burning income, which was a bit silly. I'll give this a good pressure wash out in a second. The other problem is, so yeah, so it's using up, because obviously it's on. There. And don't know if it'll need all of that, I don't know. So it's got quite a big capacity. Okay then. A tiny little bit left. Literally. That made me laugh out loud. So yeah, basically the entire of that minus 9 litres. This is just hilarious. I'm gonna drive it back, pick this thing up. Oh dear, that's funny. Oh well. So yeah, the sheep are going to be sold, and then yeah, we need to start on the pallets. We've got the pallets to do, so we've got a shit ton of jobs to do then. That's it. I'm not really too fussed about my other stuff. I mean, I managed to plan that one with OSR, which we'll do for now. I was thinking. Can we get them there? Don't really want wood chips inside of here, so I'll wash this out, or inside the silage. I'll wash this out while I get the pit all opened up, and then that's obviously all going into that shed for now. So yeah, so we just need to just get this all just cleared. The other option is that we take this straight down to the BGA actually. Because I don't think we really are going to need this for our cattle. I think we'll need this to push... Oh, I don't know. I need to clear the wood chips out of here actually. That made me laugh out loud, lol. Right. Lift that up. Right. Just give it a good old pressure wash out, just make sure there's no wood chips in there. Looks fairly clean, to be honest. I suppose they're not really sticky or anything, so... Yeah, right, we'll leave that there for a second, just to let the excess water run off. I might just load this and take it straight down to the BGA, to be fair. We've got a nice little bit of space at the BGA that we can use. So yeah, I might just use that. See, I don't really care too much about the loose stuff, to be honest. Yeah. We can begin this mixing all up with the hay that we've currently got. We can load it into there. I'll load it into a trailer. I don't know how much this is. I think this is all of it off field 4, I'm pretty sure, from memory. Not that one. So yeah. Right, we'll get all of this just pulled out. So yeah, like I said, I'll go and grab the JCB actually. We'll put what we've got into the JCB for now. And then what I'll do is I'll put a load. I don't really want to mess around with the BJ at the moment. I'd rather not faff around with that. I mean, it's got enough silage, but I think it'll be alright going into there. That's it. I mean, the other option is that we dump it all down at the BGA in the shed down there, and then we just process it like that. I might do that, to be fair, because I don't really want to put it up against this wall. We don't need it. We've got plenty. Yeah. Just ready for obviously the next load of to go into the BGA, I reckon. So I'm glad I'll just pull this all back. Alright, there we go. Ooh, that'll do. Oh, sugar. Bollocks. That's kind of ripped. Oh, fuck. That's not good. Okay, let me go and just grab the telly on that. Ah, yikes. Whoops, I opened it from the wrong end, which is a bit stupid. Well, I didn't realise it was going to do that, to be fair. Oh well. Yeah, that was a bit silly. How the hell am I going to get rid of this from the back? Oh, fudge. Right, there we go. Got it. Got it from under there. See, we just got these little bits, but there we go, got it. Right, we'll pull that back. And pull the last little bit back as well. There you go, got it. Let's pull that out from under. That was so dumb. Right. Go ahead and we'll just put this round the side. It's down there for now. I don't know what the hell's gone on at the back there either. That possibly needs to be sorted at some point. Fine. Well, that was the dumbest shit ever, but never mind. Right. So we'll go and grab the JCB. We'll go and use that now. And what I'll do, yeah, like I said, I might just dump it in those sheds down at the BJ that are down there. I might use that. I can't see that being an issue. The only thing I will say to that is we could do with somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, I really did that all backwards, didn't I? Oh well, shit happens. So I'm going to load this up, so obviously we've got enough, in theory, to feed the animals with. I don't want to make too much forage, actually. I don't think we've quite got enough hay in here. I think that we might need another load of hay. So the amounts are going to be all messed up, so I've got to be a bit careful. Yeah, I'm going to have to go and grab a bit of hay, I reckon. I think I'm going to have to go and grab some hay. I've got no idea. Whoa, jeez. Don't like the forward steer on this. I'm going to need another box of hay, I think. Box of hay, bale of hay. So we'll go and grab ourselves a bale of hay quickly. Get that taken off for the second. We'll go and grab a bale of hay because I'm going to need that. We'll need that for tomorrow anyway, so that's fine. I just hope the 28th is going to be dry. If the 28th isn't dry, we are bollocksed. And when I mean bollocksed, I say completely bollocksed. It depends. If the 28th isn't dry, we might have to change our plan and go for some hay on this 2 clear days. Because we do have 2 clear days at the end of the month that we could do the silage now. It just depends which one is the best one, really. Which one is going to be the driest. I just don't know that. Well, I certainly don't know what's going to be the driest last day, but obviously I can work out what's going to be the driest first day. Out of the two, if that makes any sense. Not really, but... Yeah, no wonder we weren't earning as much money. We've lost, I said we lost the wood chips for a short while, which was a bit silly. Bumpy. Bumpy, bumpy. I might use some of the stones to put down as a bit of a base in here because it's so bad. It's just completely just awful getting into here. It's literally so bumpy. We're doing okay till the end of the month, but once we hit the end of the month we're going to be stuffed. Make sure that's pushed around like that. Lovely. Oh. Right, there we go. I'll drop that. Right. Right. Hope that we got the mixtures correct. Otherwise we're going to be a bit stuffed. Right. So hopefully that'll just mix. We've got that all set up then. Yeah. Right, we'll go and take this back. Mix for a little while. As soon as that's done, we can crack on with the next job. So yeah, so one of the days we're going to have to make some hay. One of them, I don't know which one yet. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, the last 3 days I'm hoping are going to be clear enough. We can do it. It's looking good, we've got 2 clear days otherwise. I've still got 3 fields to do. I've held off for long enough, I can't. Yeah, I mean it's okay anyway, because I'm not going to need that much hay at the moment. And the longer we leave it, the more space we can have, so yeah, there is that. Right, that's done. we'll leave that on for now. I'm going to move this out of here. Put this back in the shed for now. Actually, I don't need to take this back to the yard, do I really? Oh well. Cool, that's good. So we'll put the trailer on. We could load it into the muck trailer, but then it means that obviously we can't sell it. It's just going to be that we can't use it for cattle. I don't think I will use it for cattle because I think we've got plenty. So it'll just be burnt. Which obviously means it can be a load of mouldy crap and it'll be alright. Obviously won't get a decent amount, but cool. So one of them is a manure trailer, I believe. Remember which one, which is a little bit wrong. They might all be actually okay, both of them. They might all be okay actually. Well, I'm hoping that they'll all be okay. They're alright by now. So the chance I'm not going to be feeding anyway is going to be burnt, so it won't really matter too much. Like I said, I'm hoping as well that we might be able to fit it all into both trailers. That does obviously mean that they'll need to be emptied, but that's not really a problem. I suppose it could go on the floor anyway, eventually. If they're going into the BJ, they've got to be emptied, haven't they? Lovely big bucket. Yeah, I'm glad that we've got a bigger bucket, to be fair. So this is just obviously just keeping the BJ nice and ready. Yeah, I mean we'll have to dump it on the floor anyway, so I've got no qualms with that then actually, because we're going to have to dump it anyway. There's no point in keeping it in the trailer, is there really? Because we've got to offload it at the other end. The only reason that you want to keep it in the trailer is if you could just tip directly into it, but I can't because it's too high. So that shouldn't be a problem then, in theory. Yeah, this is definitely all going to be burnt. There's no way I'm going to need this to feed any of the cattle. So I used a little bit to feed the cattle just then, but that was just to save a bit of space, really. But yeah, no, this will be fine. And then, like I said, I mean, we'll be able to clear 2 and 6 in one day. That won't be an issue. I'm going to buy some more slurry from the animal dealership as well. That's good. I mean, the wood chips aren't really that much of a problem because we're not going to have any more wood chips. At the moment, anyway. Whee! Well, that's full. Excellent. That looks alright, doesn't it? I should really go and clear that pile of silage that's up there, but... Oh my goodness me. Had a bit of a snake on. So yeah, so that field's obviously going to be cut for hay. For silage, rather. So because we've got our own swapper inside the mothers, we can just do it all in one day. We can knock out both fields and then knock out both fields collection as well. That'll be fine. I said we don't need that much hay. We only need a smaller field, which is field number 4 of hay at the moment. Power. No, it's going to really struggle getting up here. And I suppose when we put it into the bunker, it gets wet, so we may as well just dump it all outside, really. Doesn't really matter to me. No real issue with that. Yeah, I just need a little bit of space in the bunker. To be fair, although we could do it at the BGA, that would be extremely time consuming on when we're doing field 2 and field 6. We'd have to come over here the entire time. Whereas at least if we've got this one emptied, we can just dump it straight to the yard. And then we can do it on days when we're not so busy, we can cart it over there. It takes a bit of time to load it up, don't get me wrong, but that's alright. Like I say, I will dump this in the shed just in case I want some loose silage, but we've got plenty of bales, and we always will do, because the contracting is always generate bales. Don't ask me why. Honestly, if we were doing, well, field 50. Yeah, no. I was thinking about leaving it outside, but we can't do that because indoors because the trailer won't tip high enough in that shed. So we'll have to tip it here anyway. I don't really want to tip it directly in the way. But yeah, we've got no real choice. Be alright there, won't it? Like I say, it gets wet in the thing anyway, so it's pointless. It just looks a bit of a mess, but this way, isn't it? Well, we mix it with that now, so we're not going to need it anyway for cattle. The only thing that will possibly kill me is if we get a contract and we want the loose stuff for yeah, that's actually a fair point, for feeding at a different sell point, because obviously this is good enough to feed, but obviously nowhere wants it at the moment. So that's actually a fair point, to be fair. We don't even need to take it to the BGA. If we're just loading them into this trailer, we're just taking the overspill down to the BGA. But if we're loading them into both of these trailers, we could just leave the trailer down there. The only downside to that is that the trailer will be full when we come to use it if we want to do any harvesting. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Because I think there is one other point that accepts silage. I can't remember who. But in theory, we could get a contract for any of them next month. In which case, we'll need the extra silage. Who else accepts silage? Apart from obviously us. Yeah. Bloody hell. Yeah, no, there's more than one. There's 4 others, excluding us, that accept the silage. Because obviously they'll potentially, it's got to be of good enough quality, it can't be out in the rain. Anyway, on the one that we just loaded, I've got nowhere to put it, so I can't put it anywhere other than outside, because it won't fit on that shed. But yeah, but the other thing as well is that we can just load them up and just keep them in our shed, actually. Alright, so we'll do that then. I'll load both of them up, because like I said, then we'll have spare silage. That's actually decent silage, in case they want to use it for food, because obviously we're probably the only people that are going to burn it. Ow. Hey. Right. Right, we'll get all of this just cleared all up. So yeah, like I said, it makes no sense actually using it on the other trailer. I might actually just pull this forward a little bit. Yes, we have got enough time then, haven't we? But yeah, so that's obviously just what I'm thinking, is that obviously we can use this to satisfy some of the other contracts. If I want to speed through the contracts and go, look guys, because obviously the problem is that we can only have 3 contracts at a time if you're new here. We can only have 3 contracts at a time. So if I don't want to leave contracts running into the next month because I want to do some other stuff, then it makes sense to offload some of our good silage early to them. It helps them out as well because it means that they've got silage ready there and then I just take the bales. Which obviously is the best way to do it. But yeah, so obviously I'm emptying this pit so we can clear those 2 fields, and then hopefully, like I said, the 28th is going to be dry and we can do field 8. That's where we're up to field 4. That's where we're up to. Do field 4 as hay. Obviously, the other 2 I'd never want to do really hay anyway, because it's too much. I'd have to split it if I wanted to do it. We're running out of time as it is without splitting the field. I mean, I could leave half of it, but I've got no need to, because field 4 should give us enough hay to get through September anyway. And then obviously October we'll have another cut. Because it does, yeah, it's quite green. Providing obviously that we give it the slurry, and I think we should be okay. But yeah, so I'm going to fill up this trailer, and we're going to go and grab the other trailer. I'm going to use that one as well. Yeah, we'll fill up the other one, and then obviously if we fill up the other one too much, then we'll take that one back. Yeah, no, this makes the most sense, really. And then obviously we can dump what's in the wagon as well into there. That's going to be filling up. Yep. I don't know if we're going to need another load. Like I said, I mean, we've got nowhere to store it anyway, so. And it sits in RBJ in the rain, so I've got no qualms with it not being put into there in the rain either. So we'll go and drop this trailer off, we'll swap the trailer back over. This is all good stuff in here, to be fair. Which, like I said, if I kept hold of it for a little bit longer, it might be alright, but can you get around there? Yes. There you go. To be fair, actually, we might struggle to get that trailer out of there because of where I put the hay, the straw bales. So I don't know. Oh, that's alright. Put the brakes in. And the lights. I don't know what this has been used for. I think it's just been used for the old rubbish silage, which I don't think we've been using this big trailer. I think we used the green one, didn't we? I'll give it a bit of a wash because it looks a little bit manky. I say if I do want to go ahead and sell it and not burn it. To get up on the bloody tractor for this. Yeah. I reckon that'll be alright because, like I said, I think we'll have another load anyway to go into the, down to the BGA, so I think we'll be able to have it wet, it doesn't really matter too much. But yes, obviously all of this grass here is obviously going to be spread. We've not got a lot in here, but enough. Do, shouldn't it? That little barrier in the middle of that, that's so annoying. Yeah, I think we're going to have one load that is another load that's going to go down to the BJ at some point. I'm kind of reluctant to empty that down to the BJ because I want to get rid of small bales before we do that. But there are. Annoyingly, I think we might have not much to come back into this trailer, which is a bit stupid. there's not much in there now. Unfortunately, it looks like another load might have to go, but I suppose the other option, if we've only got that small amount, is that we just bucket it. Like I said though, I want to get rid of some more bales rather than get rid of the loose stuff. I don't really care too much about the loose stuff at the moment. I think we might just take a few loads just with this then. I want to focus on getting rid of the bales, to be fair. Because the bales are what's causing the problem. That's totally rammed full. There's really not very much left in there. There's probably only 2 more buckets left in there. I can just go ahead and just take with this, I suppose. I reckon. I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah, there is. And we can leave it in the bucket, but I'd rather not do that really. Like I said, I want the bales to go over the loose stuff. I don't really care that much about the loose stuff. So it needs to go, but at some point. My issue is that it will never go though. That's the problem. And I suppose the bales, actually, I can, apart from the ones that are actually going to be burnt, I can use the bales to fulfil the contract work as well. They're not ideal because obviously they all need to go through the mixer wagon, but yeah. Alright. We'll just dump these 2 buckets straight in, I think. There's really not that much, it's not that deep. It gets a bit confusing, but yeah, I can't really be bothered. Yeah, we'll leave this then, shall we? I don't really care too much about that. We'll pop this off down the road. And as soon as that's done, we'll jump on with something else. I don't think... there's only the small amount of bales actually that's come off of... I think all of the stuff next to field 6, well that's what we're going to be using after we've used these. I think the stuff next to field 6 should all be ready. The bales that were already there next to field 6, they're going to be ready. Yeah, think about it, there's not actually a lot there, is there really? Yeah, I don't know whether to feed the BJ with this or not. I'd rather just put it all in the path now. Because we've still got some bales in that corner, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I don't know. So all of that's just due to go onto there. I think there's still some bales in the corner, isn't there? Yeah. There's still those to clear, which I want to get cleared. Before that pile, I want to get them all cleared first. Yeah. Cool. Right, we're going to get the second load. Yeet. Whee. Yeah, it's a bit of a shit job really, but should be okay. I might leave it aside engineer as well, so we can use the mixer, but I said I want to use the bales. And I suppose, yeah, that's the other option, that we bring the bales over to the BGA, but then we just cart them back. Yeah, obviously once it gets lower, obviously we'll sell the bales that are there. Swash. Yeah, like I said, it's no different to the silage being in the BGA because there's no cover on that, so that gets all wet. So it won't really matter too much. Da da da. Yeet, 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 yeet. I don't know why I'm doing that. So it looks like I might actually be able to sell a bit of lime then, which would be good. I'm hoping that this will actually be the last. Tight. Oh yeah. That worries me a little bit. I think we've got some that has gone through at the back, which I think will need clearing out. No, there we go. Done it. That's good. 76, perfect. So yeah, I'll leave that in there because we can use that to feed our own. So I'm trying to get rid of all of the bales really, to make way for more bales when we have to do our contracting. Dog. Dog. That's quite heavy, isn't it? It's fairly heavy. That'll do. Lovely. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and we'll pick up the dump that into there. Oh, it's just shelf, right. Yeah, I do. Perfecto Mondo. So, yeah, obviously we've got a good amount of sheep to reload into this. The other thing I want to actually do is pick up, well, I don't know. I want to go and carry and cultivate in that top field. I've also got to slurry the smaller one as well. Finish slurring that one with, I'm going to buy in some. Stop using artificial stuff. It is quicker when you're on a time crunch, but obviously I'm not on a time crunch, so. It's not a problem. Drop that down. That's mental, isn't it? I do. I'll let them play around with it anyway, but get this shut. Excellent. I'll go grab the telehandler. So I do need to get, well, as soon as the John Deere's done, that'll be okay. Yeah, you see, look how much we're going up in money-wise. That's why we haven't, it's probably not getting as much money. Get this taken back. Park that there. Thanks for it to took key out, there we go. Right, we'll get this shut. There we go. Get that shut as well. Not that really matters too much. After it's got a load of straw in it. Right, other job. is I want to go ahead and do a bit more cultivating down next to 21. Get that all prepped and ready to go. But yeah, so like I said, I'm hoping the last 3 days are going to be clear. Which obviously we're running out of. So yeah, we'll jump into the fence. We'll bring that back. Let's have a little look at the greenhouses. To be fair, they're okay. There's one that's a little bit low on seed, but I think we've got some spare seed. Yeah, not really doing a lot at the moment. Yeah, I think we've probably got too much on here at the moment. So I think, no. Because obviously we've got the wood chips going again, we'll hopefully see an increase in money. I mean, we've just earned 500 quid today already. I should have gone ahead and picked up. I wasn't going to do this, but it makes a bit more sense. Yeah, these need to be sold. The low loader store, I'm trying to avoid going over there and picking that up, but should have picked up yesterday. Silly boy. Don't know. So we're on the maximum that we can get fit on that trailer. Good if we had another little low loader actually. But yeah, so we're kind of maximum that we can fit on there. So I might just settle with them. Depends if we've got enough money by tomorrow. I don't think we will do. Eggs as well. They need to go. Obviously, yeah, just the wall. I'm gonna have to get rid of the wall. I've got no choice. That is probably what is holding us back. To be fair, it's kind of getting the price right between actually what we can afford to keep, and I can't afford to keep the eggs in, the wool anymore. So the eggs obviously need to be fresh. So do these, really. A week's okay, but any longer it's a bit like that. Hardly. Right. Yeah, I might just have to go and just grab that bloody trailer, to be honest. I should have done yesterday. Do something like that, but it doesn't. You can't put it in a low loader. Not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just load up all of the wool, I think. Okay, and get rid of all loaded. I can't keep on just waiting. I'm waiting and waiting, it's just stupid. That is what is losing us the most amount of money at the moment. It's only going down in value, isn't it? Look how much more there is to go. Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? That's it. I mean, the other thing is eggs. Eggs. We've got a few of eggs as well, I believe. Yeah, a few eggs. 270 according to the app. Power! There you go, mate. Whoa! Oh my good lord. Me first, thank you. Yeah, I think this is these are gonna need to be sold. I've got no choice. Not really the price that I'd like, but yeah. Don't worry about it too much. I do. So yeah, how much 1.6. How much has the BGA got? 4. Might be alright then. I do really at least need one more load. But then I suppose it doesn't really matter because we'll have all of the grass to do anyway. So. I suppose I don't need liming to be fair, but never mind, I suppose. I ran out of time quite quickly in all fairness. Anyway, I hope you guys have all enjoyed and we'll see you all in the next one. Ta-ta for now. See ya. Get all of these shut. I'm not in any rush. Should do anything. Ta-ta. Rude. Bye!